Hi guys, this evening we're going to do a Let's Play of a game called Banished. It came out in 2012, or was announced in 2012, by one guy, which I think it was his like university project. Interesting story behind it, kind of thing. He kind of said from the beginning he didn't really want to follow it up. You know, he made it, and then was just going to mod it, allow the modders to take care of it, and then he was going to leave it. And in all honesty, he's done that. But it's not a bad thing. You know, it's a simple game. The music's fantastic. There's no combat. It's not a combat game. It's just build a village, survive, and surviving can be hard. You've got natural disasters you can turn on and off. We'll go through that. Like what I'm going to do is start over, which I've got an existing one. My old save got kind of wiped, so we'll start over. We're going to call this one. Let's see. Let's Playville. These are seeds, obviously random. You can type in there, or you can spam it. Different kind of terrains. There's different achievements for these, like mountains, for example. If you put it on mountains, I've got small, and then hard. You get like ridiculously good achievements. For the purposes of enjoying the game and showing you what it is, let's have a look. So we'll have valleys. Large map, climate, normal, disasters on. I've had tornadoes wipe out entire villages, and we'll have medium for now. So you start with a few more people and a few more resources. Otherwise, it gets quite hard. Now, I do have quite a few mods turned on, which you get from the Steam Workshop. So default gameplay is actually ridiculously hard. I've got things like extra rock, extra wood. Extra iron, that kind of stuff. It just keeps you going at the early game, because I promise you, whilst it is an enjoyable game, it could stress you out. So, loading. Right, I'm just going to pause it, because you get an option at the beginning to put out your own UI. You get to create your own UI. Pretty awesome. So I'm just going to use these ones for now. There's all of these. So this tells us the name of the town, how many people you've got, food, wood, firewood, all that stuff. There's a event log, so you'll see things like kids being born, people dying. And up here to the right is how many people you've got and what jobs to put them in. So I also play this game on a little faster than I won't have it on 10, which I usually play on. I'll play it on 5. So, all these people are a little homeless, so what we're going to do is first of all build some of these houses. There's multiple designs of these, they're kind of random, but they're really nice. And you can alter them, so you can create these little... Where do I want it? 3 houses should be enough. Turn some of these into builders. What they'll do is they can grab the materials. See that? Start building. Now, just in the meantime, I'm going to need resources because that's all you start with. So I'm going to tell my guys to clear all this. What that does is clears and strip mines everything. A bit of fun. You can increase the size of all this. Let's have a look at it in time. So, this main river, this is where you get your fishing done. This is where you get your trading done. There's a lot of surface material, which is really good to start with, and will last you some time before you have to start digging into the ground, quite literally, for rock and stone, iron, that kind of thing. So 3 houses, only houses, not everywhere. See what I mean? Each house is a different design. So there's about 5 or 10 designs, I'm not too sure. There's plenty more on the Steam Workshop, really. I love the music in this game, that's why I kind of keep coming back. It has been out for some time, it's not like a new game. This is just a bit of fun, a bit of calm. Oh, just in case you noticed, by the way, people of young age do live together. This is medieval times, so you do see like a 10-year-old and an 11-year-old living together, and then they have a kid. Don't worry about that. It's just representative of ye old days. Oh, good. Already no firewood. When you build a house, the people automatically move in. You've got no control, and then they automatically go and grab some food. And then they automatically grab some firewood. That keeps them alive during winter, which you'll see in a bit. What we're going to do now, there's a little more strip mining, so it's good. Every character, by the way, has a name, so you can click on follow. I can't even say that one, so we'll pick another one. Gartha, lovely. Hello, Gartha. She's happy. She's working. That's a dude. He's carrying some logs. He's happy. I'm just going to extend my storage. Now we've got disasters turned on. Now I've never seen it early on. If you don't separate your houses, there will be a fire. You will lose everything. So not fun. I had one once, it was like this big, then I had a small outpost, and then a tornado just wiped everything out. I was not best pleased. So, want some firewood. Right, everything down here is your food. These are your food sources, so you need to set them on ASAP. Now this is shorter walking distance, so for now, this will do. You can only put them in certain areas as well, so it's a bit annoying. So what this will do now is my builders will go to it. They'll build that, and then that requires 4 people to your fishermen. Now I've got the extra fish mod, so again, some people see it as cheating. It's just a mod, that's all. You can turn them on. A bit of a path to make it easier and faster to walk. Not that they follow it at all, they just do their own thing. He's got no firewood, so we shall build a woodcutter. What he'll do is he'll take wood from there and then put back the firewood. So then this house here means it's going to be cold in winter. Then the health goes down, and then if people have houses, they breed. Breeding's good for population. The more you have, the better. See, early on you're very limited in people. So who's my woodcutter going to be? You can actually map where people... Ah, okay. The woodcutter lives there. That's pretty awesome. There's 4 people working there, and they live in that house, and they live in that house. That helps later on run a minigame. It's quite fun. There is no kind of winning conditions for this, by the way. It's just an ongoing game. You can fill the entire map, have a big city. There's plenty of videos online about this. It's really good. Don't want to overspread at the beginning, but I do think when you set up something like a hunting cabin, you've got to be aware of the surroundings. So if I put it here and I don't put bridges in, it's not going to be a good hunting ground, because everything here, actually, all the wildlife used to actually swim underneath, so a bit bugged. But then the guy that made it loop, he honestly went, nope, fix that. He's really awesome. He made the game He left it for a bit, everyone panicked, but it was a cheap game, it wasn't like a AAA game. And came back to it, finished it off, added full mod capability, and then everyone was happy. So what I'm going to do up here is build a bit of a now this is food, so we've got hunting cabin and gatherers, whatever kind of houses up there. Because pathing is key. You know, if you've got houses up there, they have got to do this walk. Then you just get wiped out. We tried to spread a little bit at the beginning, because like I said, I've had tornadoes and things wipe me out. So if this area is wiped out, I can kind of start again up here. And I don't feel bad. I rage, but I don't feel bad. See down here? So, 2 kids being born. One of them's come of age, so he's become a labourer, so I've got more of these now. The more of them you have, the better. So, oh no, they still, actually, the animals still walk across. They become submarines. How amazing. So while a few people are doing nothing, let's clear the area. Stone and iron because later on you start upgrading, we can start building stone houses to keep you alive. Like a stone house, for example, will use less firewood in the winter, and if there is like an actual fire, they don't put it out, it won't spread between the stone houses, but these ones on the left will just literally be wiped out. So what do we got? I'm just going to pause it. Hymani. Really? Hymani. Hyman. I have a character called Hyman. I'm not going to put anyone in here just yet until the house is built. This is going to be like a food outpost. So I've got my fish. So far it's good. And it's quite low here. Oh dear, okay, we're out of food. That's a bad thing, so let's quickly get the hunters going. If I'd have put the fishing here, I'd have killed them. So I might do that as well. This question mark means there's nobody working there. So I want people working there. They are gatherers, but I don't have enough manpower. So I'm just going to put 2 there. This symbol means there's a cap. You can only store so much. That's why these storehouses have a percentage. What they do is, obviously fuel is quite low, but we need a lot of it through winter. So up that limit. So my hunters are getting meat and leather. Leather's good, keeps people alive. Set priority. That kind of calls to arms, people just start running towards it. Build me a house faster. Where's Hyman? Luna. What's that woman again? Luna Marie. Garrel. What's Garrel do? Garrel's a child. They're brave. It's the hunting lodge. this basic food. That's all taking this up now, so we're good. I think when I had a huge town once, I filled pretty much something like the entirety of this, and I had 20,000 food on average. That will fill up, by the way, and you'll start wasting stuff. So you have to keep an eye on that, and then you can build. So I can pop another one down, but I won't yet. How's my fish? It's not a lot of fish because I've been a bit stupid. I put it there on a screen. I'll put one here and we can compare it once I've got a few more workers. Purely seasonal, as you can see. So this is early winter. This is when they use the most firewood. They still walk around in a dress. One thing that keeps me going in this game, and I'll be honest, I only recently just picked it back up again, is the music. It's really calming. And there's no battles, there's no main end game other than survival. Later on, you've got town halls where you can start taking nomads, which are the equivalent of refugees. And if your town's not ready for it, you can be really destroyed. I took about 50 once, and they brought a disease, and I only had like one hospital, and it wiped out everything, everyone. My entire town was abandoned. I got a bit upset, because I put a lot of work into it. Just to show you the different speeds, I usually play at that speed, which is 10, that's the fastest. This is the default game speed, but I really can't handle that. 2 is a bit better, 5 will do for this video. See, 2 more labourers. Do have a pro tip. Early on, some things you need to do to be more prepared, which is build a blacksmith and build a tailor, and you'll see why. You'll also build a school. Again, you'll see why about that, I'll explain. These create tools, and you get a limited starting amount of them. Once they run out, everything that these people do starts to become less efficient the less you get. So, Mrs. Hyman wouldn't be able to build a house very fast. Obviously, Taylor creates clothes to keep you through winter. You can see there's only 7 there, so once 7 more people have been born, that's it. See, here we have a 13-year-old and an 11-year-old. You know, we don't talk about that. Or 12-year-old Dora living on her own. Once that gets to 50%, I'll consider building a new one. By the way, you've got these taverns, or later on in the game, which are crops, which you can build now, but I don't own any. You start off with a limited amount of crops, but you have to build a transport dock. It's like a trade, and then a little boat comes down here every few hours. Hopefully they have something nice. Animals are good, sheep, so you get wool from them. Cows are good, meat, milk. This early game is quite slow because the amount of people you have don't have. So there's 2 kids in there, 2 kids in there, 2 there. So they're breeding like rabbits, which is fine. Selen and Hollison. Poor Dora, still living on her own. We'll have a look at where people are living. Oh, well, okay. So somebody lives there, but commutes to work every day. Same thing. If I put more houses there, the job will change to that person closer on. There's a few theme packs you can get as well, different language ones. I use the English one, obviously. That's the default, but you can get Russian, Japanese, anything. You can like get Japanese themed houses, churches. Just some really cool stuff. The modding community kind of just went wild on it, and it's really fun. Got climates working again. Now, I got another labourer, so I do have enough room. Blacksmith. What they'll do is they will create an iron tool until I tell them to stop. We want more than 50. So we'll have in storage around 350, so he's going to carry on working until that point. You can see them working as well. There we go. Oh, it's that woman again! Joanne Marie is now my new blacksmith. She's not educated. That'll come in a bit. That means there'll be slightly less output. She may hit her own finger. She may hit her head with a hammer. There's not much I can do about that. Not early on. So pro tip, if you do play this game, it's really cheap on Steam. This is my build order, you know, food. I always put these up early on. These are my next two, and then the school. The more educated people are, clothed they are, the more efficient they are, kind of thing. And then when you've got some more labourers coming through to build a school, once they're in that school, it takes them away from the labour for a while, so you have to make do. So make sure everything's in place first, otherwise it just gets a bit boring. So you could struggle for maybe 15 minutes. Oh, they still walk past them. These are Jesus. Jesus dear. Okay. So, reserve of logs is low, of course. Forgot to do that. It's not too micromanaging, I'm only doing this up here. Playing it for a while. Don't like to see things go wrong. So let's harvest some trees. Icons. Here. They're just going to chop all this wood down and bring it back to the stockpile. Mr. Woodcutter is then going to start using that wood. Now, even though I've only got 3 labourers, you may see more people going in. When people have kind of done their job, kind of stop. These are tools, by the way, so she's been making. So she'll be transporting them back to here. Sorry for making you sick with the camera. You can pin any of these as well. So this one, for example, I want to pin it. So I can just put it there. So if I want to keep that, any information, it's really good UI, really intuitive. He did a really good job. I'm not upset that he kind of left the project because he announced from the beginning he was literally just going to make the game, mod it, and leave it. Shining Rock Software is his little company. I don't think he's done anything else. He said he was going to work on some other things. I'm going to build you a stone house just to look. Now what people do, they'll start moving materials from here to here, even if they're not builders. Labourers is key, the more of them you have the better. You shall see people down here die soon, some old age. I had a fisherman eaten by a rock or something. It was funny. And then they get automatically replaced. If they don't do it fast enough, use the priority tool. really good system actually. Not many other games I've seen that. Okay, now I need my builders to come out of the woodwork. Donald is a builder. He's working with Brianne today. They're building me my stone house. Again, you can pin these so you can kind of watch them. Okay. This is my stone one, so what they do, they go and gather firewood. Whoever moves in will go and grab some food. And there's two 11-year-olds living together. It's the old times, it's the old times, it's good. You see the number of clothes go up, so like I said, when tools break, they can get new ones, and then when they become labourers, they go and get tools, they get clothes. Now, we need more food. What I do need is supply of wood. So even though I have wood here, it won't kind of regrow. It will regrow if I make it. This is a forest or lodge. Obviously you can see the circle. You can plant and cut in that circle. The more ground you have, the better. So like here would be perfect. It's a bit far away to start. So just for the purposes of this, we can go there. People move faster on stone roads, by the way, because we don't have that kind of material just yet. Put two more houses up here, so when everything's up and running, people don't have to commute to work too far. They don't have a Volvo. So this is the closest you can zoom in. It's actually just really nice to watch. Sit back, enjoy. About the music, it's just nice. It's not a perfect game, I'll be honest. I'll tell you what, it's a lot better than what it was, and can't go wrong with that. Purposes of the video as well, I'm going to build a bridge. So now in reality what I've seen is that you not just grab the river. We don't want that. This is a mod, it's a stone bridge. It's the normal wood bridge, and the tunnel is in by default. Quite fun. So when the builders are finished with my barn, we got Garrel again. If you clump everything together, it's technically a bad thing. So I'm building that one there, so it's closer to here. I literally live 50 feet away from work, so for me it's easy. These people are the same, but this is a medieval village. There are no cars. There are no pollution emitting PWs or anything. So let's put some people in there. Woodland forest. Okay, so what these will do, what you'll see appear soon in this circle are small trees. The more trees there are, the more they'll cut, which is better for then this in turn, the gathering, because then there's more of these roots and herbs. Everything works in kind of tandem. Hunting cabins, kind of put them where you see these animals. Is that a child or not? That's a child. We don't want to hunt that. Okay, so we've got a constant stream of firewood. I'm going to keep it about that level. If you can get a nice balance, you don't have to worry if something says it's max. See, that says it's got no material. That's what that means. So it means I need more leather. So usually I'd put another one. I haven't got the manpower just yet. This is my bridge. It's built. So now they can get to the side of the river. If they want to harvest. I mean, this is perfect for expansion. See these small trees starting to appear? That's because they're in the circle. Just outside the circle, actually. It's more of a guide. Oh no, there it is. We can turn off cutting, so if you just want a thick, dense forest, just so you're herbalist and your gathering can work well, that's what you can do, it's really good. We press cut, and that'll start to transport the logs over here. So everyone's all moved in, everyone's happy. He's living with his kid. Single father. Sniff sniff. Now, at this level, I'm going to start focusing on education. Oh no, a fire well. Because I've got disasters turned off. I do not want my people burning down. Trust me, they will. Preserve the logs. That's for them to worry about. Logs is what you've got to worry about, it's food. The food warning is a bit worrisome, so always try and keep an eye on that. Everything else you can kind of do without. All these things as well, these little bushes, they're your for gathering, so part of these resource. This is a risky move this early on, but we want people to know what they're doing, not cut off their own hands with a sword. Trust me, they tend to do that if they're not educated. Brianne is working with Donald again, good girl. They're a fantastic building too. It'll be sad to see them die. Like I said, this is non-combat, they die of old age, or rocks fall on them. If they're hunters, they can get killed by a wild bull. He's saying there's no logs available. There isn't, zero logs available. Forester. When you do this, it actually puts it all in your storage, which is amazing. You don't have to worry about kind of being binned. The school is being built. Now again, risky move. What will happen is, it will take every child from 10 I think, because that's when they become labourers, 10 to 12, they become students. And then they get released into the world. So now every student, every child that becomes 10 years old will go into here rather than working. So I've now got to rely on these 6 people for anything I want to do for a while. The water coming in slowly. So pretty much this is it. This is the game. The bigger you get, the more successful you get, the more problems you have. So like I said, there's a load of mods. There are this town hall, for example, will control the refugees. It will control. You'll be able to see everything in graph. It's pretty impressive. And like I said, if you do the wrong thing at the wrong time, you can be wiped out in a matter of minutes. It's actually quite sad. It's not like SimCity, whereas if people move out, you can kind of claw it back. This simulation is based off like a model. So unless you have a certain number of people, it's not going to happen. If there's 2 people of that age that aren't breeding, game over. I think the most I got down to was 4 people or 5, and they were able to repopulate. But it was slow, and in all fairness, I gave up on that save because the tornado wiped it out. It was a sad day. It's congregating around the world, which is a good thing. If there's a fire, they can just run to it. So now we have 23 adults, no students, 10 children. These children will become students, then they will begin labourers. See all these small things popping up now. So yeah, there's a graveyard, it makes them happy. Church makes them happier. Hospital keeps them alive, keeps them well. There's a market. It's kind of a central storage area, so you can not get rid of these barns, but I may put one here later on, and that will basically just act as a hub. It's really fun. Put a trading port over here. I'm not going to start doing any of that until my school is starting to pump out labourers. Because then they're more efficient, they're faster, and they don't die. So, this is the game, Banished. It is on Steam. It doesn't have developer support, but the community is small, but fun. They have, the forums are nice, the people are nice. If you've got suggestions, usually a modder will take it on. It's still a very active community, even though it's small. There are like all these farms, pastures and stuff. Just pop one down for it. Okay, so what will happen is this will be built as a pasture. So if I had any animals, which I haven't, I can put them in there. Tunnels, everything. It's really fun. There's a boarding house, which is if you do have a disaster and you can't build 50 homes quickly, this will house quite a few. Also helps with the nomad situation, like I said, so if they are diseased, they should just die off first without infecting your people. I once had a person who was infected, say for example here, they managed to walk through my entire town, all the way to the hospital. They infected everybody on the way, and then everyone died. So be careful where you put things, because it does matter. Simulation, for a one-man band, is amazing. I can't praise Luke enough, he did a really good job making this, and I've seen the video in 2012 where I wanted this game, and I don't regret it. So, I hope you enjoy it, as much as I do. It's calming, it's fun, you can play with it, you can use other people's seeds. So for example, I can give you this number, you can play on this exact map. There is a map on, by the way. There you go. I don't use it, because like I said, it's not a combat game, I don't have to worry about people invading my town. Some people on the bigger maps like to know where things are. So that's it from me today. I hope you enjoyed this one. might do another one, an update, so I'll save this one as Let's Play. Actually, I'm just going to show you my other one. It's only slightly bigger. Looks like I lost all my saves. This is what a town looks like, by the way, after a tornado or fire. This is my current one. Got some sheep. I'm trying to make all my houses wood. Just for the simple fact that stone. Sorry. The simple fact is, if there's a fire, it won't do anything. There's my hospital. It's in the middle. So if someone's infected up here, they only infect this side of town. Vice versa. Religion. Mine. Quarry. A bit more. The mines do coal and iron. Coal is good for tools, steel tools, and housing, heating. So that's slightly bigger. Well, once again, like I said, but you can fill the entire map and just have some fun with it. That's the trading post. So that's what I've got in there for currency. There's no gold or anything. It's not one of those games. It's an old game. It's based on ye old times. So enjoy.